Shylily speaks out after Cinder fans doxed her. The hacking community is like thriving in the VTubing community.
So the Cinder drama has been a pretty crazy ride over the past couple of days, especially since the video that I released exposing a small group of Cinder fans, or pretty extreme Cinder fans, that have been going around
The Simpies!
Doing some pretty horrible stuff towards a lot of VTubers, including one VTuber in particular, which we know as Shylily. Now, Shylily is obviously very involved with a lot of this kind of stuff due to her being, co-owners with Cinder for gamer subs, and also I'm pretty sure they were friends, etc. So things got kind of messy over a lot of the original drama which came out, but it seems like a lot of these people have now had a massive kind of hatred towards Shylily, which has become a big problem.
Okay, a lot of people like Cinder, or who is having these issues
in the community, as they've been doing stuff as going far as doxing her and harassing her, and essentially just being not very decent people in general, and it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, they represent their Oshi Cinder very well
to see. And I made a whole video exposing this, showing all the screenshots and proof. And by the way, if there is any more moderators or any more content creators that want a kind of like member list or whatever of the people that were involved in this, then I do have a whole thing that you guys can contact me about, whether it's on Twitter DMs or Discord. I've got a whole ticket system which you guys can go to if you want to go find out the information, because I've been contacted by several large kind of VTubers and VTuber mods or whatever to kind of resolve this, because a lot of them don't want them in their community either, which again is really good. And it's really good to see that there has been a very positive outlook on this kind of stuff, including from a lot of the Cinder mods as well. As I mentioned, Eichmann actually made a response over on Discord in the last video that I made, essentially saying that anyone found to do this kind of stuff will be banned, and a lot of them had been banned. I don't think all of them got banned, but most of them did get banned, which again is good to see. And yeah, it's good to see that there has been an actual really good positive response to this. But obviously, there will still be a group of people that will try to harm everyone because they talked about Cinder, and they will not go back and think about, okay, this person are angry because of what happened, and probably Cinder did a little oopsie, so no, they just wanna hurt people. I also talked about the fact that Bao replied to this saying as well, like doxing is not okay, things like that. And what I wasn't expecting was Shylily actually to kind of respond to this as well. And essentially this is what she says here.
Yeah, I got doxed, but it's alright. And I go, every time people dox me, they use the same 3 pictures.
So there is like pictures of her out there, and when people want to show what she looked like, they just post the same 3.
And then I get even more upset because they're like, she's not ugly.
Which was quite...
They're like, oh, we doxed her. She's not ugly, but we're still mad.
Funny, obviously we looked through the screenshots a couple of days ago from some of the messages. They're like, oh, well, she's kind of alright, It was kind of funny to see them coping.
They tried to harm her, and they probably felt in love. They were like, actually she's cute.
Trying to be like, oh, but like, she's not that good. It's so funny.
I still hate her though. It's like, every time I get doxed, they're just like, I can't insult her, she's not fat or ugly. Oh, damn it. Hello, General, thank you so much. I wonder if those people ever realize, I know it's just a bunch of like mentally ill 9-year-olds, but I wonder if those people ever eventually stop to realize that they're committing actual crimes. Like, one of these days, it will hit the wrong person, and they will have an actual permanent criminal offense on their records. Imagine ruining your life because you don't like an anime girl. Like, what? Like, do those people at some point ever realize? Like, I'm not saying it's okay to do it. I
don't know if when you dox people, probably like you face some little jail time, and you will be like in the jail court. There will be like the tough guy will be like, oh, I kind of murdered the whole village to come here, and there is another person. Oh, that's sad because I stole millions from elder people from the bank. I'm here, and how about you, little fella? And you're like, I did dox an anime girl because she talked bad about my favorite anime girl. And they will be like, okay, here's the guy that will drop the soap for us. Oh, I'm sorry, it's mean.
To me, but they're lucky I CBA. But one of these days, they will with the wrong person, and they'll be one of those many people who have a permanent criminal record that at every job interview, at every job application, they're going to have to take the checkbox of, are you a convicted felon? And they're going to have to say yes. And no matter the explanation, that is going to get rid of 90% of all of their openings. Like, do these people ever realize I'm genuinely wondering, like, do they understand that faking screenshots, doxing, and all of that stuff is actually a criminal offense?
But any Sunday is well spent if it's with our
Which, yeah, that's like one of the main kind of responses that she had in this whole 20-minute clip, is the fact that, you know, what they are doing is a criminal offense. And we obviously know that is the fact. And that's one of the reasons why I brought it to light in the first place. And obviously, it's really surreal to see Shylily actually responding to this kind of stuff that I did bring out. But, you know, it's great to see that she has actually been handling it pretty well. You know, she seems to be quite happy and in good spirits. And maybe that is coming back from, I think it was TwitchCon or whatever. So, again, it's good to...
I think the drama will probably evolve again because I don't see her just apologizing and people forgetting. Like, the more it get toxic and the name come back on the VTuber scene, the more like comeback will be a bloodbath.
see that this hasn't actually affected her at all in any way. And as she says there, you know, if they messed with the wrong person, then they could be finding themselves in a, you know, pretty big trouble, and they would find themselves not even being able to get a job due to the fact of them having a criminal record of doxing someone. But obviously that's implying that she probably won't be taking any action against them, which again, obviously that's obviously her own kind of decision in that. And I feel like maybe there isn't that much stuff behind it in terms of like actually even bothering to take any action, because again, it is just...
She was like the big person here and was like, I will not harm them, and they doxed her with the same two pictures that probably on internet. Probably if you Google it, you can find it. A big shout out for her for not acting like a kid with kids.
As she says, it's the same pictures that people use over and over again, which is obviously extremely lame. And I feel like, you know, it's just one of those things where she probably doesn't want to go through the whole kind of like system of, you know, taking them to court and things like that, which would be absolutely crazy. And I think, you know, just for a couple of fans, I think the shock of them being banned from a lot of VTuber communities, the shock of them being exposed for actually being called out for doing a lot of this stuff, is probably enough to deter them from doing that. And if it isn't, then obviously if they continue to do it, then they will probably mess.
He can just create a new account and come back to watch you without being angry. It's not like a big of punishment. It is like if you really like your username, you will not want to create another, because a lot of people are really in love with their username, but not every time. So they can create new accounts here and there. And most toxic people do that actually.
With the wrong person one day and find themselves not being able to get a job wherever they live.
We'll have SCPs at some point again. Don't worry, don't worry. CBA certified. You're like, how come you're a convicted felon? I didn't like the one person on the internet, and I was too chronically offline and unemployed to just leave it be. There was this other anime girl that I liked more than this anime girl.
Some people, as they said, they're really chronically online. They can't. They wake up, they stay in front of Twitter and arguing all the day about unnecessary arguments. This person is better than this person. Just enjoy your VTuber in silence. You don't need to create a drama about it.
And when the other anime girl was exposed, I just decided I'd become a criminal. I be charged with some criminal offenses because I didn't like that. Like, what? That's crazy. Actual mental illness.
It is crazy how, you know, some people would go this far for a person, because this isn't just like, you know, some random like hatred that is built up over time due to some, you know, somewhat like coherent reason. It's just because they like Cinder, and it's kind of crazy how far people will go with this, you know. Obviously, as I said, it's not every single Cinder fan out there in the entire planet.
Yeah, this little minority is sick in their brain, will cause trouble.
It's a small group of them, but these people have such a deep kind of, I guess, love for Cinder that they're going you know, this far to do this kind of stuff.
Imagine in 7 years from now when I have a job interview explaining
Currently
that.
looking at some good card binders for my future V cards. I had ordered one, but it was you-know-who, so I cancelled. Will there be more?
So yeah,
There was this anime girl on the internet. Thank you, but I think we're gonna go with the other candidates. Like, Jesus, like, dude, yeah, I wonder if some of these people realize that one of these days they will with the wrong person. And I'm not sure they realize that not only are those criminal charges, but many of these cases have multiple years in jail. Imagine going to jail and explaining to your cellmate what the f you're in for. Bro, you are not gonna have a great time in the shower being a little soy like that and just saying, I got upset over an anime girl on the internet. You are not gonna have great shower
Like I
times.
see on your CV that you're
Yeah,
hating
you will drop the soap, and the soap will not be dropped by your hand.
anime girl. We believe you're overqualified for this position. I'm so sorry.
I'm never going back. The food sucks. I keep hearing that. Yeah. People say the food is awful. I feel like it's funny because, like, the
But yeah, obviously, wait,
The
I
only
think
thing
she
I
goes
ever
into
hear
it.
about jail is the food sucks.
Yeah, no, she obviously goes on to talk a little bit further about, you know, the criminal stuff behind her. And essentially, she explains why she knows so much about a lot of the laws and things that goes on, because she explains the fact that she is in Germany, so she has specific laws, you know, about her, which is to do with doxing. And people obviously try to make up these different kind of things, saying, "Oh, but this person's over in the US, or this person's somewhere else, so the laws are different." No, it actually depends on the person that is in whatever country, you know, the victim themselves, whatever country they're in, they follow their laws, even if the person is in the US. And apparently,
Yes.
you know, the countries kind of work together to kind of figure out what is legal, what is illegal in their countries, as that is the protection that they've got. And obviously, Germany has pretty
And this is stupid. Like, no matter how much you love Cinder, you can't explain to your parents and loved ones that you went to prison protecting a rich anime girl that don't acknowledge your existence.
strict laws whenever it comes to keeping people safe from doxing and this kind of stuff, which obviously is great. And obviously that provides a lot of protection for Lily as well, if anything worse was to happen. And obviously, yeah, she goes on to explain that she knows a lot about law because she used to study it or something like that, similar to kind of laws and things. So she's very well read up on that kind of stuff, which obviously is great. And it's great with handling this kind of thing and knowing whether you need to take action or not. And obviously, in this case, it seems like she doesn't want to, which I think is totally acceptable. And as I said, this is pretty much the main response from Shylily, which I think is actually a really decent one. Obviously, is putting down.
Yeah, she acted like a grown person, which is in this VTuber community is rare.
A lot of the people that have been doing this kind of stuff are saying, "Hey, man, you're gonna get a criminal offense if you keep doing this." And obviously, if you guys are watching, like, you know, if one of these people are watching this, you will get a criminal offense if you continue to do this and you continue to do this kind of stuff. It is just better to leave it now. It is just better to go and keep watching your Cinder clips. And yeah, just that's pretty much it. You know, just keep quiet. Don't speak up too loudly about this kind of stuff, because again, it's one of these things where you know, you will get a criminal offense if you do this kind of stuff, and it's some pretty horrible behavior that
And unjustified.
you have been doing over the past, you know, month or months. It's been multiple months. You know, that amount of evidence and that amount of screenshots I brought up was over the course of, you know, weeks, if not months. And it's been crazy how much this has evolved and how much this has actually gone into. Because again, whenever I first joined that server, I didn't think anything that crazy was going to go down. I didn't think it was going to be that crazy. I thought they were just going to talk about Cinder a little bit and then maybe the server would die off. But it turned into this whole festering thing of like just Shylily hate against literally any single VTuber, any single YouTuber who talks bad about Cinder, and it's gotten pretty crazy. I think there's
They made a vigilante.
also a list I saw on Twitter somewhere. There's a list like almost like the Death Note. Where they've just like wrote down the names of everybody who's talked
List of people we wanna hurt.
bad about Cinder ever.
Number 1, Shylily.
I'm like number 6 on that list, which again is pretty nice. I was above like Asmongold, so I'm pretty honored to be above Asmongold on that list. But it seems like they will continue to cope, and you know, hopefully they do just go and find something else to do at this point, because it's just horrible, and kind of targeting someone like this is horrible, and they should just find something.
They should like just call it a day and move on. Do like the other people and follow the blue Cinder, or just stay patient until your Oshi come back and find whatever half-ass excuse and continue to stream, but don't harm other people. That's it for today. Shylily again acted like a grown person, which is rare in the VTuber community. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.